Welcome to Mobile Home Friend YouTube channel, your go-to resource for everything manufactured housing.
Welcome to another deep dive from Mobile Home Friend. Today, we're looking at how to choose a mobile home floor plan that really maximizes your investment, and this is all based on our latest research at mobilehomefriend.com. Let's jump right in. You know, the biggest mistake we see buyers make is thinking that more square footage automatically means more value. Look, it's an easy assumption to make, but it's a costly one. As our founder, Chuck Odell, who's flipped over 100 homes, always says, you have to stop buying dead square footage. You might be paying for a 1,600 square foot home, but if you're only truly living in 1,100 of it, well, the rest is just a financial trap. And that trap, it actually has a name: circulation loss. It's a really simple concept, but oh man, it has huge financial implications. Circulation loss is all that space in your home that's just for getting from point A to point B. We're talking long hallways, awkward entryways. It's the square footage you're paying a mortgage on, paying to heat and cool, but you never actually live in it. So let's really dig into this problem of wasted space, because it is, without a doubt, the #1 mistake that absolutely kills the resale value of a manufactured home. Based on Chuck's 23 years of experience, the biggest offender here is always the hallway. So here's the crucial takeaway. If a floor plan has a hallway that chews up more than 15% of the home's total length, that's what we call a corridor of doom. It is pure wasted money and a massive red flag for any smart buyer or investor out there. Okay, but it's not all bad news, I promise. You can easily avoid these traps just by following 2 simple rules for high resale value. These are the core design principles the market is rewarding right now and will for sure continue to reward into 2026. The most important principle, by far, is the split bedroom layout. As you can see here, instead of cramming all the bedrooms together, a split plan puts the main suite on the complete opposite end of the home. When you combine that with an open concept living area in the middle, you get incredible acoustic privacy. I mean, this makes the home way more desirable for renters or, families with totally different schedules. And this layout really shows you the power of the design. You've got the primary suite as its own private zone on one end, and then the guest or kids' rooms on the other. And that great room in the middle, it acts as this fantastic sound buffer. This design doesn't just add privacy. A lot of the time, it completely gets rid of the need for a wasteful hallway altogether. Okay, so theory is great, but let's see how these principles actually work in practice. We're going to look at how these rules apply to different home sizes, from your compact single-wides all the way up to larger family homes. The logic, it changes a little bit depending on the size of the home. For a single-wide, you have got to avoid the shotgun style, where you're forced to walk through one room to get to another. The smart play is a central kitchen that breaks up the space. For double-wides, it's all about that marriage line. That's where the two halves connect. The best plans use this line to create these huge, wide-open living areas. And for family-sized homes, zoned living is absolutely key, ideally with a side entry that leads into a mudroom to keep all that dirt and chaos contained. Of course, we have to talk about cost. This table gives you a ballpark for 2026 pricing on small to mid-size homes, and we're comparing a basic DIY setup to a full, professional, turnkey installation. As you can see, that jump to a double-wide is pretty significant, which is exactly why getting the floor plan right is so critical to protecting your investment. And that brings us to the financial bottom line. This isn't just about comfort, it's about how your floor plan directly, and I mean directly, impacts your net worth. Remember, a mobile home is usually a depreciating asset unless it's permanently attached to land that you own. Your floor plan is your single best defense against that depreciation. Just look at these 2 scenarios. On the left, you've got this big 2,000 square foot 4-bedroom home. It has higher carrying costs, a smaller pool of potential buyers, and over 10 years, its projected impact on your net worth is a 15% loss. Ouch. Now, compare that to the home on the right, a super efficient 1,200 square foot 3-bedroom home. It's got lower costs, a huge buyer pool, and it can actually have a positive 5% impact on your net worth, especially when you factor in the money you saved versus renting. It's kind of crazy, right? And the smaller, more efficient model, that's what we call the 3-bed Goldilocks zone. It's not too big, not too small. It's just right. It hits the widest possible buyer pool you can imagine, from young families all the way to retirees. And that is the absolute key to holding on to the highest percentage of its original value. So to bring this all together, we've created a final checklist for you. These are actionable steps you can take with you right now, before you even think about signing anything. First up, let's cover 4 major mistakes to look out for during any walkthrough. Okay, first, the corridor of doom, we've definitely covered that one. Second, watch for a kitchen dead zone. If you have to walk more than 10 feet between the sink and the fridge, that workflow is broken. Third, listen for bad laundry placement. A washing machine rattling against a bedroom wall is a resale nightmare. And finally, that wasted formal dining space. In 2026, that square footage is so much better used as a large functional utility room. As we noted on the site, efficient utility space is a huge, huge selling point. And here is your 5-point plan audit to use when you're on site. 1. Measure the lot. Make sure the home actually fits with the legal setbacks. 2. Audit the marriage line. Just walk it. Feel the traffic flow. Is it uninterrupted? 3. Look up. Ceiling vents for your HVAC are way more efficient. 4. Check the wet walls. Are the kitchen and bathrooms close together? This saves a ton on potential plumbing headaches. And 5. Really evaluate that third bedroom. If it's not at least 10 by 10, it's not a real room, it's a glorified closet. For the full technical breakdown, be sure to check out the post on mobilehomefriend.com. So the final question you really have to ask yourself is this. Is the floor plan you're looking at an asset that's going to build your wealth, or is it a liability in disguise? Thanks for watching. For more guides and the full article on this topic, head over to mobilehomefriend.com. And don't forget to check the links in the description below.
Thanks for watching. For more technical guides on this topic, click the link to see the in-depth article over at mobilehomeframe.com. There are many more informational dives into manufactured home topics to investigate and keep your project moving forward.